A moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Boakai only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President, we have to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is. It's something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I will praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political noise. When people do something, go praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Boakai
from point A all the way to point C. Now,
of course,
is there a fear? I mean, do you have a fear? Are you concerned? Do you think that the absence of Doumbouya will be able to, break down the entire talk if we were having talk now, which I don't believe, because they will just say diplomatically we are engaging with our people, but we're not seeing any diplomatic approach. Are you afraid that with this particular thing that we are seeing, we hope that it is not the melody?
This is why you see that Guinea is having no remorse. Guinea can come as far as beyond even the land to say they want to build immigration office and they want to construct custom office. If Guinea did not get green light, my brother, they will never do that. Everything that is happening at that border is sanctioned by Joseph Boakai. Yeka did not allow Boakai mortgage that land to the Guineans.
So, if I may ask you, my brother Jake, do you agree with this assertion from our brother Monk that the government, mortgaged that land to Guinea, or you having a different take on that? Let's hear from you, Chief. Unmute yourself, please. Unmute yourself, sir.
Brief. For me,
Yes,
to the followers are having different take. I know the Unity Party, I read our playbook. If Liberian want to do that self-service, they will replay book. I will say something to the Liberian people here. For the initial step, when the people talk power, 1 year, they started talking, oh, Jerry will not come back, Jerry will not come back, Jerry will not come back. That was as soon they was seeking the corridor of Liberia. Today, you don't hear that song anymore. And the president have declared, he said, the people follow tactics to maintain power. I will always destroy that tactic. The CDC won't listen, they listen, they won't listen. I say, she my fool. I don't care. Please, let me tell you something. Power is it's a serious thing. Those that surround the president, whosoever. The Unity Party let me tell you, Doumbouya situation. I just pray. We just pray that Doumbouya, he say go, he come back to power. He come back, then probably he continue his surveillance rule. That thing when they say, oh, Boakai mortgage Guinea whatsoever, this could be a tactical plan by them. That they want to have a election, an interest government. Let me say, but one thing I will say to the followers here tonight, or those that are watching to the former president, as he announced in America that he coming back, he the biggest opposition leader, and you are former president. He know all these guys. He was son to Conti that ruled Guinea before Doumbouya took over. A lot of Guineans in Conakry, Guinea, they love George Weah. And George Weah want to settle the situation. He can, because he's a former president. He can, even the military combo, Doumbouya combo, he can meet this guy. He got too much time on his hands. He can meet these people. He said, listen, I'm a president. I want to know something about my country. I want to know something about this particular land. You can have a one-on-one to clarify everything, to post everybody that taking over the country. Because nobody really know the real true story concerning that thing. The doubt, the only person that can cancel the doubt, that George Weah, he have that power, he have that ability as an opposition leader, your former president. He can be a Ghanaian counterpart, he can be a Guinean counterpart. He can be Doumbouya, he can be the military guy in Kiev. He can be all these guys that They pay respect to George Weah. So to clarify, I'm not taking the honor, I'm not taking all the other content. I know the Unity Party get a lot of things over their sleeve to prevent CDC from coming to power. I want some others are here to think out of the box, to put the pieces together and destroy that narrative. And let people will be aware, and the international community will be aware that they will never see the general election.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Here
for me, I think when you look at this entire Guinea border with Liberia or this Lumber issue, the government has been very deceptive from the very beginning. They've been very, very deceptive, very unfair to the Liberian people. I do not trust this government. That is me. I might be, people might have a view, but that is true. I do not trust the government. And the reason why I do not trust the government is because from the very onset, this government refused to inform the Liberian people what was obtaining. Even as we speak, the government is still playing politics and now wanting to inform the Liberian people what are the issues at that particular border. At a certain point in time, we saw the government defending and lying that nobody was there. To the extent that the government own spokesperson, Jeremy Pia, even went as far as throwing jab. That what happened? We can't get people gone. We get you gone, so y'all can go. All these kind of, foolish statements coming from this government. So how do we trust the government? And they've forgotten to know that there are a lot of people who use that land for farming. They have been there for generations. Generations upon generation. That is like a family inheritance. That's what people use to sustain themselves, to be able to farm on that land, to be able to at least sustain their family. So you have a whole very batch of good number of Liberians that are being displayed in our own home. And it's as if the government is just relaxed. The government is okay. They are, going abroad, doing what they're supposed to do. They are not even concerned. We saw a political search that was put out there by the name of one Jeremiah Kuhn, the regime speaker. Richard Kuhn, the regime speaker. They went there, and I don't know whether they tried to cajole the Liberian people, where we are calling on the LRRC to carry ration for the people. Where are we? That was just a charade. That was just a lie. The people came from the border. We saw them in the middle of the road. The more we got together, after they finished drinking, to the extent that they were even urinating on the road, opening their private part, the more we get together. So, I don't even trust the government on this issue. I don't even trust them. My only concern is with the people who are displayed, those people who have used that place for centuries to be able to sustain their family. Now they are out of job because that is their own job. That is how they can be able to cater to, their own needs and wants. But it is what it is. But my brother Monk, I want to start this from you. We are concerned. It's as if this whole drugs issue is going nowhere. Every morning we wake up, there is another new Pandora box that is open on the other side. Yesterday, I was just reading through, looking at different stuff. And my attention again has been reopened to the airport. The airport is not just an ordinary area. That airport represents Liberia's face on the international world. When international people are coming, they're not coming past that you call 1848, where people will get on ship and come through the country. The face of our nation is that particular airport. Once you come through that airport, that the first impression you're going to get about the country is right at that airport. That's the reason why you see, even here in the United States, when we are even traveling internally from one state to the other state, once you reach to an airport, you will feel the sense of security at the airport. You will know that, hey, country, that's one country to deal with, America, because you will feel it, that the people, that they mean business. Once you enter at the airport, at the place first, you will start feeling whether you're in America or you're not in America. Locally when we are traveling. My concern here, Monk, the LDEA, today we got an information that the LDEA has rearrested the guy who was allegedly, involved, Jala, who was the LDEA officer at the RIA, the commander. they've rearrested him. They've also named key people at the airport who is involved with this issue of drugs. What picture does this give our international partners? Partners who are coming through that airport. People who want to invest will come through that airport, and etc. What sign, what is the signal that we are sending to the international world, especially our airport, the place that is supposed to be one of the most secure areas, the place that is supposed to be one of the most serious areas? What are you thinking? Do you think that this will have a negative consequence on the government going forward from the airport? Do you think people can trust that airport? I mean, especially our international, not us. For us, some of us, we get no option. But what signal does this send to our international partner? When airport people are deeply involved, and not just common people, I mean, hardcore officials are involved with this issue of drugs at the level of the airport. Let's hear from you, my brother Mark.
What I would say to that is Liberia risk being declared a narco state. Liberia risks that. Liberia might likely be declared a narco state. Any country that does not have an airport that will prevent drugs from entering the country, that country is poised for being announced a narco state. And this is the direction Liberia is heading to. Mr. Sharif, today, when you look on Facebook, you see that the EPS.
Welcome, Jake. Sorry. Welcome, Frank. Welcome. I'm just trying to set some things at the back. Then we'll
Director
be
and the
here.
police director was invited at the American embassy. Our intelligence has informed us that the purpose of that invite was to introduce the team of investigators from America to the team of investigators in Liberia, where the Americans have clearly told the president that they don't trust the investigation of Gregory Coleman and that they are coming to take full control and seize of the matter. Because Liberia is like a baby to America. When you look in the picture that I posted on Facebook by the American embassy, you will see clearly on the face of Sam Gay that he's not happy. It's written all over his face. If you have that picture, put it up on the screen for the public to see. You will see that Sam Gay is his body language is very unsatisfied. So this tells you that the government is very unserious.
All right. Here we are. We want to use this occasion to welcome each and every one of you, as usual. We want to say thank you so very kindly for the many support that you continue to give us. In a special way, those of you who are joining us from other platforms, we appreciate you. Let's say thanks to our sisterly media, that is the Metro Media, who is carrying this live from Liberia. We want to say thanks to the Metro Media for carrying this live. We also want to appreciate the True Lens News Liberia, who is also carrying this live. We want to say thanks to the folks there. We also want to say thanks to the folks there from the Kings FM 88.5 Critical Issue Liberia, who is also carrying it live, and to other platforms that are actually streaming this particular presentation live. We want to say thank you and want to say welcome to all who are joining us from these various platforms. Let's go to our live feed as we welcome some of our people that have joined us. In a special way, we want to use this time to welcome Mane Lansana Jr. You're highly welcome. Thank you for joining us. It's a privilege for us to have you here. Prince Henry, how are you? Watching us there from the rehab community. We want to say you are highly welcome. Our own brother, Prince Henry. Thank you for joining us. We want to welcome Julie K. Rambo, who is joining us there. We want to say, Julie, you are welcome. Check your Facebook Messenger inbox. I sent you the link there. We also want to welcome Physical Flow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. We want to welcome uh, Toronto Gavile joining us from the YouTube channel. We want to say you are highly welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so very kindly. We also want to use this time to welcome Binta V. Toure. How are you? Joining us from Ghana. Yeah, Ghana is in the house. Binta, how are you and the family? I hope you guys are doing great, well, and fine. We want to also welcome Nathan N. Jabadi. Thank you so much, Nathan Jabadi. We appreciate you following us there from Gatineauville City. Greenville City, Sino County. Joining us from Sino County. You are highly welcome. Thank you so much, Nate, for joining us. We want to welcome Agnes. Agnes Wuluko, thank you so much. Good afternoon from your end. We want to say you are highly welcome, sister. We also want to welcome Mohammed Bangali Dole. Thank you so much, Mohammed Bangali Dole, watching us there live from Logan Town, the Bourgeois Island, Port Harcourt. I want to say you are highly welcome, my brother. Thank you so much, Mohammed Bangali Dole. Thank you for joining us. We want to welcome Emmanuel Sondega Gakwi. Thank you so much, Emmanuel Sondega Gakwi. We want to say you are highly welcome. And all are joining us by means of technology that we may not be able to see because of our technical limitations. We want to say all of you are highly, 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 highly welcome. We appreciate all of you. Those of you joining us on the YouTube channel, we want to say thank you so much for your presence. And as we continue to move on, we'll definitely be able to, give you the information, or will actually be able to acknowledge you. So I want to say thanks to each and every one of you. Let's welcome our brother Frank. Frank, how are you, Chief?
I'm doing good, Prince. I'm doing good. Everything is okay here at my end. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I said I'm doing good. Everything is okay. at my end.
Okay, okay, fine. That's good. We also want to welcome our sister Julie. Julie, how are you?
Hello, you can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, on my end is after 2, so it's good morning time. And on your end is in the evening, so good afternoon to every one of you. Thank you.
All right, so want to welcome all of you. Thank you so much uh, for your presence here. Thank you. Thank you. At a certain point in time, we'll be in and out. So just bear with us because we have other duty to attend to. But again, I want to say welcome to all of you. Christopher Sunday, how are you, Christopher Sunday? Thank you for your presence here. Uh, Sobo, thank you so much, Sobo, for joining us. We appreciate you. Thank you so very kindly. We have some issues that we will be discussing to begin with. We want to just look at this Guinea border. It's getting serious from information that we've gathered from the Guinea border. It is getting very serious. In fact, it's getting scary. And the reason why it is getting scary is because from the Guinean side, people continue to intimidate our people at the level of the border. In fact, from information that we have gathered, the Guinean authority, they have even advanced in our own territory. They have advanced in our territory. And people that are there are telling us that, Guineans have deployed snappers at the border point. Before it was just, common, just how many people there, manning the place and etc. But now it has gone beyond that. They have deployed snappers. And you can now, according to the information that we gather, you can now see the snappers. They are positioned, well positioned. And this is concerning because that particular land, the people use that area for farming. And the farming that they did on that land, they use it to pay their children's school fees. Some of them use it to sustain themselves. There were so many reasons, while they were using the land. And now that we are seeing that this particular land has been taken over, we want to look at the economic consequences going to have on our people. The people are displaced. That they used to at least cater, or that used to cater to them, that is farming, they are no longer engaged in farming. And we're talking about hundreds of residents that, because of fear, they have pushed forward, they are not using that land, they have gone inland, they have gone inside. I want to start with our brother Frank. My brother Frank, what is really concerning about this Guinea issue? Unfortunately, the government is saying nothing to the Liberian people about the effort that they are making. Nothing. When you ask the government, say, well, we're in diplomatic, how you call, or conversation, they think, yeah, we got to do it diplomatically. It is going almost to a year. They think we're playing phone, we're going. And the people who are supposed to be using those lands for farming, they are now displayed in their own land. They are displayed. And they got to their aid. The last time I saw the speaker there, Rachel Kuhn. Oh, we're sending for El Tropo RRC, we're sending for Red Cross, they will give the people, how you call, a distribution food, they will give them this, they will give them that. Everything was just a bunch of lies. And the fear continued to escalate. Let's hear from you, my brother. What do you make of this issue? I mean, from the Guinea border.
Thank you so much, honorable man. You know, from the initial stage, we been discussing this issue, right? And from the get-go, from the movement, the government started to silence people, not to speak on the issue of, you know, the Liberia Guinea Ebola issue. It came to mind that this government is not willing to solve anything because the government was or is trying to silence people who want to bring out the issue of, you know, the Liberia Border Guinea issue, to bring it to a public attention. We said this thing from the beginning. This government is not going to be able to remedy this whole situation with the Liberian, you know, or Guinean Ebola issue. Number one, we stated it clear that how can you be in your right mind? Somebody come in your home, seize your home, seize your family, your house. I mean, everything belongs to you. Seize your right. And then you follow this person to their home, to their house, to go make peace with them. Instead of you calling your international partner or AU, which is, you know, the arm of embodiment for Africa, or ECOWAS, the arm of embodiment for the West African region, instead of you calling these people to lay complaint, and for these people to summon whosoever that came that violated you, you did it not. But rather, you took Sierra Leone, and then you went to Guinea to meet this president. And then you think something going to be resolved? No. If anything, it is the Guinean president that should have, you know, been to Liberia, where ECOWAS, you know, or AU summon the Guinean president to come to Liberia, or to go to Ghana, or to go to Nigeria, right? Or to go to any other neighboring or African country, or Sierra Leone, or not Sierra Leone, but Africa. Summon him there. And then you, the Liberian president, go there. But you wake up, this man came to your home, violated you. And then you wake up and went to this man, and then this man hosts you. Does that in any way entail a good governance, or a good president, or a good government? No, I cannot violate you. And then you come to my house to come make peace with me. Like I came and violated you. Then you come to me. Then you go in plane, you go in car, and then use, how they call it, or state resources, and then come to me to host you, to make peace with me. That until there's a something wrong somewhere. That means the Guinean president is not wrong for seizing that particular place, because the president of the Republic of Liberia Joseph Boakai have done something to that land, and it gave the Guinean the right. It gave the Guinean the right to take that place. And that is why Boakai does not want to call our international partner, because the truth will come out. So that is why they don't want to do it. Because I dare you, if they call ECWA to come in here, ECWA will have to investigate and a true story will come out. If they call AU to come and investigate, AU will investigate and a true story will come out. So by the Guinean on our land, the Guineans are not just on our land because they wanted to come there to violate Liberia. No, that's not the case. There's something going on over there. The Guinean will not come to tell the Liberian people this is what your government has done. No, the Guinean owe nothing of giving us any information. Yes, some few individuals may go to Guinea and get some, information here and there, but it is not the obligation of the Guinean to tell the Liberian people what have transpired on our ground between the Liberian government and the Guinean government. It is the Liberian government is answerable to us, to the Liberian, not the Guinean government. The Guinean government is answerable to the Guinean, not the Liberian citizens. So if the Liberian government, Joseph Boakai, if they are not answerable to the Liberian people to give us the reason as to why the Guineans are on our land, why should we hold the Guinean responsible? The Guineans know what they are there for. Maybe their rights have been violated. Maybe they did some negotiation with the government. So they are not coming to tell anything. And what I will tell you here is, Joseph Boakai is very disrespectful. He's disrespectful to his international partner, because this was the man. An opposition political party had an issue in the government. And the opposition political party called an ECWA for investigation. As a government, ECWA came, AU came, and they investigated. And they talked to the government to work with the opposition, or to work to put the citizens together at that time with Funati Kofa and so forth and things. What did Joseph Boakai do? Joseph Boakai told ECWA he's never ever going to listen to ECWA. He's never ever going to he will never ever listen to AU. So you think with that, where he has disrespected the arm of governance for Africa, the arm of governance for West Africa, he disrespected them and disregarded them. You think Boakai will go to them and tell them this is what's going on? So I need you people to come and do this. They are not. He's going to do it, and they will not do it. So that's the situation we're in at this point.
Thank you so much, my brother. We need to look at. But let's get to our sister Julie. Julie, welcome again, and thank you so much for joining us. I know it's very, very late from your end.
Yeah, it's late on our side here after 2. So I don't know whether it's on Facebook or just on the YouTube channel. I can see live going on up there. So what I want to say here concerning the border, for me, I'm just going to be straight to the point. Liberians and we as a country, we should not get no food. It doesn't make no sense. If you listen to the ambassador, what he says and who are responsible for it is Mr. Yimane. I have said it and I will say it again. Nowhere under this sun, from the time we was there, from the time we were born, grew up, we never heard anything concerning land issue. But when you listen to the ambassador, flare was moving from one point to another point that caused the problem. Why the flare were moving from one area to another area is very simple to we as Liberians. Liberia is so rich to the extent that all our minerals and this and that, we as a citizen, we are not able to look in that directions. We as Liberians, many of us don't have to know how to say, let us work hard to be able to feed ourselves. So we have a lot of foreigners coming into our country who has opportunity negotiated with people that they can get lessons and whatever to do money. I said, I will say it before everybody start talking. I said that place is because of the gold and the diamond. There were money there. So when you start mining on your side, you find, you suck, and you start going in front. So it's just a common sense when you listen to the ambassador. Flare was taken from this point to another point. Why would you root your flare? Then you take it, you carry it to another place. It will make sense for you to just take your flare. Then after your flare said I am small, you will take the flare from there again and carry it to another place. What that tells us as Liberians is because of the mineral. So when you start taking minerals and things and you go into the other place, and the other place belong to the both of you who shall be respected and either negotiate together to carry on business, and you won't be greeted to steal from the Liberian people, that cause all of those conflicts. Go on and calm down. We have ECOWAS. ECOWAS is EU. Before you, for my own, in my own wisdoms, before you go to your own hair, which you call the United States, you have to deal with ECOWAS that comes together as a union, because why you come together as a union is because you are ECOWAS, you are live as other countries, neighboring countries. So you people have to live as a brothers and sisters, where when you have conflict, the other partner that makes you as a neighboring should have concern to be able to look into the matter to solve the problem. And if the problem cannot be solved, then you have international coming in to be able to look into that matter, to give them on a clear view where it stands with what make ECOWAS. But you leave ECOWAS right there, you're going way to the top. So the talk that you bring in, who you think they're coming to deal with again? You cannot violate the right against someone, makes them to be on ECOWAS. You cannot leave them and come and start investigating on your own. It will not work. And Liberian, don't be fool. You go or you come down. I keep saying it. We live in other people's country, the migrating people there. Some people seek asylum. Later on, they choose to become citizens. Hmm? Within your economy, we are 5 million people. Liberia is too small for the resources that we have because of politics. They have attract all of the young and the middle-aged people. They focus on politics instead of them focusing on the well-being. How can we utilize our resources? How can we be the other our brothers and sisters? How are they managing that we can be a competitor? They badge you because we don't think fast. We think fast, but we don't put energies in what we think to bring it to reality. For that matter, they will dare us as the way you see the drugs business is going on. When I was a kid, when I knew myself get beat, and not yesterday or today, drugs business have been going on. But how other government manage it? Now, you and myself, we don't understand how many people got the wealth. But one good thing, we should tell God, thank you, we are in a generations that every generation comes with different mindsets. And that mindset is to be able to grow the way the country should run that brings the next set of generation. And if we don't able to stand on those things, we become confused. Then our neighboring and all our internationals that come and migrate in your country because they're in the right mind, you will be lost. And every one of you, you will become a slave in your own country. The few Liberians that will become a person is because they focus and they work hard. And when those people who work hard to be on the level of the foreigners that will come and overtake you, then you feel that it's bias. It's not bias. It's supposed to be blamed as a citizen. When I listen to Liberian people, Joe, we are on go like my brother Jake. He is the one can do this. Joe, we are former president. We are look at the national 100 and something thousand votes and turn the country over because he did not want, not that because of bloodshed. I don't think he was afraid of bloodshed. But because of a country to run into the right directions, looking at the eyes have opened with many generations that can be able to put the pieces together and stand and speak for themselves. So, in my own way and understanding, I believe democracy should be able to speak for itself, that freedom of speech should be able to get the gateway that people can voice up. There is a process for every Liberians to learn from and know how to put yourself as a country and your country. If you see what's going on, do it make sense to take a lot of different foreigners who owns the country to bring them in your country to seek what they call asylum? You have ECOWAS there, all
We'll
of the
come there.
other
We'll
countries.
reach there. That is a topic all by itself. We'll reach there. But
Okay,
we
so
just
let
want
me
to
just take
clear
the
up
border end right here.
clear
So
up
in
this
that border issue, it's about the mineral, not just only the same. So when you go or you come down, it's the mineral, which of course allegedly, I will put allegedly of our president, who himself allegedly is doing the business there. So for that matter, it will be like that. Because if you listen to the ambassador, if the president allegedly knows that he's innocent, when he say call on anybody and fire him, those things were going to be taken care of. When you see that you have our senators and representatives go and negotiate with the people that live to those places, even the people that live there, even when they say they are not educated, but it doesn't mean that they can speak up and stand up for the right. When these people begin to stand for the right, that will show a lot of concern told the ECOWAS to come in, but if they sit down for the big wants to speak for them, they will always bar them, pull them, and carry them to another village, and the people will just be. The reason why these people allegedly went and took those people is because of the money issue. That's why
Thank
they
you. Thank
went
you,
there and
Julie.
negotiate and take them and bring. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, fellow Liberians, we want to welcome again all of you. We appreciate all of you. We will be joined by our brother Don. He is in Liberia, and we will be joined by him. He's trying to, set up so that he can be with us. But this entire border issue, like I said before, and I will say it again, it is just unfortunate. The government has become, somebody would say, a pathological lying instrument or organization, to the extent that what we know, the government wants to tell us something different from what we know. We saw it from day one that this government, their interest was not to tell the Liberian people the actuality. We said it here. And there were a lot of people, oh, y'all know what happening. Oh, y'all know what happening. We may not be on the ground, but we have people who are there, people who gave us information, people who inform us about what is obtaining there. And from all that we are seeing here, from what we have seen, it's like all of these things are intentional. They are intentional. And the situation is not getting any better at the border. The situation is not getting better. The reason for which you're saying it, look, there are people who depend on that place to make farm. School is about to open. That entire segment of our people or that population of our people, it means that their children may not be able to go to school because they depend on farming. Our people, especially in the Leeward County, most of our people, they ain't got no office job doing that. They say, oh yeah, we got office job here. They put work here. No, 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 no. These people go to the farm, they make their farm, take their produce, sell it, in exchange for money. At the end of the day, they will be able to at least sponsor their kids. And now, as we speak to you, they will not be at the position where they can get money to sponsor their children. So it means you have almost about 80 to 90% of the school going kids in that particular area that will not be in school. They will not be in school at all. They won't. And these are the things that are very terrible. When I mean terrible, I mean it's very, very terrible. And the government is doing nothing about this. Nothing. That other noise there, we stay causing it. Our people displaced on their own home soil. We stay causing it. When we even finish with that one, they jump another one there. But like I said, we want to be grateful that we have our brother Don here with us. Don, how are you, bro? Thank you for joining us. Welcome. Yeah, Don, you getting us? Hello, Don. You there? You getting us? Okay, so my people, Don is joining us from all the way there, from Nimba County. I know, the network is a bit troubling, but he will be with us. He's trying to just set up, and then he will be with us. But let's welcome. Okay, I think our people are trying to, sometimes the network on our side, it can be tough. But like as I was saying, so we know it from day one that this government continue to lie, even with what Kuyate said. And this is even shocking. And I will play this, just few bars of it, because we don't have time. Time is not in our favor to play all of these, so we're not. But just listening to some of the things he
in
said.
Foya, a very beautiful area, and the joint security commander briefed us when we were seated there. In that meeting was a representation of the Ministry of Justice. The Assistant Minister for Correction was there. During that meeting, there was an Assistant Minister for Defense who was there. The Chief of Staff of Army was there. The Minister of Internal Affairs, now local government, was there. We had other people also from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We had the Ambassador Pearson, who also was there. And the gentleman was very clear that we were instructed by the commissioner to move our flag from where it had been to this location. And when he did that,
now you see, I want to stop here. Julie made a point, which is very important. The commissioner will not just jump off to just move the flag or to just give instruction or tell those security people that take the flag from here and put it here without the authority. What are those authority? The Minister for Local Government used to be Internal Affairs. Without the office of the president, it is not possible. So like Julie said, I want to believe that, and I want to put it in this way. Probably they have been doing this mining for a long time, and they see that there was a need for them to be able to expand. Because in the mining business, as you are honor mining, as you are, the people can, for the lack of better word, we say they can run behind the gold or they can run behind the mineral. So for example, if you dig here today and maybe you found one or two, the next time you want dig on the other side. The next time you want dig on the other side. So as you are digging or as you are finding sites, that's how you are extending. That's how it is going. So you are following it. You are following it. So because they were following it, say, look, we got to take this flare from here and put it on the other side. So these are some of the things that, that is very terrible. And when you're listening to Sheikh, he said, the report.
So right there, I said to the minister, I said, Minister, he said, yes.
Let me just,
I say, are you aware that the commission, are you aware that the commissioner, did you give any order to the commissioner to this? The superintendent there said, Ambassador, please, we'll talk about this, but we are not here to talk about that now. They cut it off. When we cross the border to Guinea, is where I got the full story. When we got to Guinea Minister of Administration and Territorial stated to us, before we go into any discussion, take your flag from where you have placed it now and carry it back to where it had been for the past 50 years. Then our Minister of our Internal Affairs said to him that you should know that today we have a president who is also a Kisi, and when you look across the road on the side is Kisi, on that side is Kisi, so there's no differences between the two countries. And
you see what Sheikh is explaining here, my people? Greed caused them to change the situation or the position of the flag. Take it to carry in the people place. So according to Sheikh, he was there. We were not part of the meeting. And this is what the government is hiding from the people. This is what the government is hiding from the people. The government is not able to tell us the outcome of that particular meeting, according to what Sheikh is saying. Hey, the government is hiding the information. Sheikh, according to him, refused to sign because the report was inconclusive. It did not have all of the things that were discussed. They intentionally decided to leave out some things. Look, Boakai is just a complete criminal that we are seeing now. And there is no way that we can put it. That's a complete criminal. You set up a committee for people to go and investigate. They finish investigating the founding of the investigation. For them to put it on paper, you still other group say no, we can't put it in on paper. No way, we'll not put it there. There is something deep about this, and we'll continue to talk about it as we move on to other issues. But Monk, welcome, and thank you for for joining us. I know you are very busy. Didn't really expect you to be on because I know how busy you are today. But thank you so much for your presence. Welcome.
My pleasure as always.
We just want to just wrap up with this Guinea border issue as we go into the cogent issue. And I don't know if you have one or two words before we can move on to those major things that we're about to discuss. Is the Guinea border? I received a call from there today. If almost like relative or so of mine, the man is saying it's not easy in Lofa because those people who were occupying that place, most of them are farmers. School is about to open. All of their kids will not be in school. According to him, he said they sent out a communication to the government through their how you call superintendent to see how best they can help for their children to be in school. He said since they sent out communication almost about a month, nobody have responded. No response from government agent for nobody. So their children will be out of school. That place that they were using to do their farming to sustain they and their family, it means they don't even have the means of sustaining themselves. So I just thought for us to just, brush over it while we go to the cogent issue. So if you care to just add a word or two before we move on to our next issue, we appreciate that.
I mean, it's a terrible one. We are in solidarity with them. Imagine being a refugee in your own country. I mean, it's a very embarrassing situation. A government that should be caring for the people, that should be looking out for the people and providing them their basic needs. It's the very government that is strangulating the people. And there's a government that claims that the quote unquote came to rescue the people. How did you come to rescue a perishing people as you claim, and you are making people refugee in their own country? It's a sad situation. Repeatedly, we have repeatedly laid out the happenings at the border, and these are just the repercussion that comes with what is happening when you take the land away from the people. People who do farming in that area for living and survival, it becomes very difficult for them. Most especially in the period where school is about to open. And imagine this is not happening anywhere else, but it is happening in Lofa County, the home of the president of the Republic of Liberia. And this is where he have gotten the highest number of votes in his political career. So if you're so cruel, so wicked, so reckless to your own people, then who do you look out for? So there's an embarrassing situation, Mr. Sheriff, and I was following the show. You guys have already talked a lot about it. I just want to add my voice to say to the people of Lofa that we are in solidarity with you. And the only thing we can do for you at this moment in point is to keep you in our prayers. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so very kindly. We've been joined. Okay. I think it's a bit difficult from our brother end there because he's joining us from Nimba. Done. It's a bit difficult, but anyways, once we get him on, we'll definitely bring him on. But I want to start this with our sister Julie. Julie, this is disturbing. Yesterday, thank you. Yesterday we watched the video. Thank you. Yesterday we watched the video of how the former vice president of the Republic of Liberia, Madam Joy Howard Taylor, was molested. A very terrible situation. I mean, very horrible. And I'm going to play the video here. It's very terrible. It's very, very, very. When I mean terrible, I mean it's very, very terrible. Where she was, the practice that molested by the government. Our brother Don is with us. Okay. Don, you getting us now? Hello, Don, you getting us? Hello,
Yeah,
Don,
I'm
you hearing us?
getting you a bit, but the net is kind of.
Yeah, I know the network is kind of
I'm
bit.
getting you a bit, but the network is getting not clear from my suffering from here.
Okay.
Hello,
Yeah,
you get me?
yeah, you just want to weigh in on this border issue, or before we move on to what we're about to move on to, you want to weigh in on this border issue, the slumber border issue. Our people are still displaced. People are complaining that their children may not be in school this semester. School is about to open, and people who are using that place to sustain. Okay, it's a bit tough. Anyway, it's a bit tough. But let me play this video, my sister Julie.
They told to report the police station.
This
One
is
twelve. They arrest.
what happened to the first lady, former the former vice president of the Republic of Liberia. I'm going to play this video.
They told to report the police station. One twelve. They come in the car. If people go to the police station. But the man people they call the one of my agents tried to bring up.
I'm not going to no police station.
So the man said, "Mo go. Mo say I agree. I'm say I going. I going for a party. My how to put my sugar down." The man one twelve said no. They want to sort out our argument. So in fact, she want to get outside. So I said no, don't get outside. And we thought anybody thought it was yeah, yeah. But we.
Take the picture of that thing, let me post it.
See how the guy standing right in front of the car? Now, I don't want to go through all of this, Julie. I'm very sure you saw it. The video is all over the place. You saw the video and etc. Let's hear from you.
Yeah,
Do
thank
you
you, brother
this?
Prince. First of all, I want to say sorry to our former president of the way she was abused to the whole world watching how we have a father called a president who were once upon a times that work in government, have many experience before coming as a vice president himself in those capacity when she was a senator. He knows her character, he knows her very well that he interacts. And even some videos you see, she's still respecting as an older person. And today he is the president of our nation. And if you listen to Greg Coleman, all of the accused and those other people that have brought forward that which of course they have never proven guilty concerning the drugs. And they have been doing secret investigation. And if you know very well you have evidence on this person as a former vice president, I think it was better to call her as the way she was on the phone. The both of them were talking, and there she there telling him what his officers is insulting her publicly to the whole world. More especially, the officers are assigned with her is from the same government. After all, our former president, their leadership, they entitled to people. Knowing that you somebody who said he have another APS money, your former vice president, pointing guns. They don't know how the intentions you coming. They could do self-defense by opening fire. But what I want to make out of the drugs business to every one of us that are listening as a Liberian, I found this is a way, and many people thinking that the opposition is weak, the president, former president is weak, government officials who have served in those capacities, they are weak, they are not weak. It's because of the peace that we all, people have died. And up to this time, people are still dying for this wonderful peace. There will be no way a president will look at the machine if he do not love the country to be able to turn a country over to this president to say, okay, government can is continuity. If President we all know that hey, their hands were involved in drugs and they know how much money they were benefiting for drugs, no matter what it is, whether America come and say, get out of this seat, you're forced to leave, will cause war, our former president will never take power over because they will be able to cover all everything that they know within their mind they have already started, and they know it has not cleaned. In my own way, the way I see it, there will be no way that this president will give power to our present president. It will be that bloodshed that our former president said. If we are not winning Liberia, it will be the end of Liberia. Then so be it. But because I believe in my mind, there was nothing was in Haiti. So he gave the country to a president that would come and play his own part. But instead of him playing his part, you are witch hunting all of the people that everybody look up to for 2029. Then you play politics. Saying on the internet because of Arizona being Comey being standard bearer in 2029, that's why they are setting up the dual Howard Taylor. Forgetting to understand is how you call it, sir, or leader for her own party called NPP. How can the CDC will want to set her up with a much more different political party where everybody will go to a table, and if they come up to agreement, they will have to choose who they think they will want to serve to go with our president as a standard bearer? Why would they want to set her up? Why would they want to put why the president George Weah we understands that into his government they all do things in which of course that some documents and things would be there that will come out as facts. Why would he want to do such? So I want to believe that the government is trying to play a tactic game, and the reason why I strongly want to believe initially they did that, they thought that day, yesterday on the 19th, attacking the vice president, it could be some way of opening fire to exchange, to have small tension that will cover a lot of things that all the drugs, all names and things, to use that opportunity to cover up and put most of those things, which of course say in Haiti, and the citizen cannot give them a breathe to breathe, and the citizen is on the back. I believe that is a tactic they try to play, so they have to bring the vice president to the streets of publicly. But I can tell you for sure, Jua Howard Taylor will not let this go free. Once
Thank you.
she is not guilty, the government will be sued. Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you so very kindly. Thank you. My brother Frank, let's hear from you on this issue of the vice president.
Thank you
This
so
woman was
much.
disgraced. You saw what happened. Gun was pulled at her.
Yeah.
Let's hear from you. What do you make of this?
Thank you so much. First of all, let me say this. This was not about drugs arrest, right? Let me pull back a little bit and then I will come to what led to this situation. All right. What I believe led to this situation. From the time this government came to power, this government sole focus is their development is destroying the CDC. That is their development, right? Their development have been to destroy the CDC because the CDC it is the only political party in the country they believe, right? By 2029 can how they call it challenge them and can even take power from them. No other political party in the country that can take power from them apart from the CDC. So we all know when they got to power, everything that they have tried to do, right, is to always to destroy the CDC. And you want to allow him to talk, and then because the internet giving problem, you want to try him, and then I can come in.
Yeah, sure, sure. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, my brother, don't welcome again. Welcome, welcome, don't welcome, welcome, welcome. You getting us? Are you getting us? You are hearing us? Is the sound clear from your end? Hello, Don. Hello.
I think we can go ahead then because
Yeah, yeah. I think his network is a bit troubling.
yeah.
His network is really giving him troubling time. But yeah, go ahead, Frank.
So as I was saying, these people main focus is to destroy the CDC. They don't care about development, right? So let us do this. When they first came to power, they built police booth. We talk about it. And then they destroyed the police booth, they themselves. And then the next thing, what they did, they went to build hand pump. We talk about hand pump after maybe 1 week, the hand pump did not work. And then the next thing they start doing, they start dedicating personnel. We have projects. They say it is their project. Then we start coming out evidence with receipt, from date that our project started and all of those things that they were initiated and funded. We start coming out debunking them, right? And then the next thing, what they did, we all saw they destroyed the CDC party headquarters, thinking that was going to destroy on those things. Now, they have nothing to show. The next thing they did was to go and dedicate Pupu toilet as a government project because they have nothing to give. We talk about that. Everybody talk about that. Even some of their own partisans talk about that. Now, these people have come to a point. They have nothing to offer. And they have seen how we have talked about this whole drugs issue. And they have said that we are not letting it go, right? So the only thing they could do here, or they can do here at this point, is that, you know what? We can find a way to attach one of the CDC, main political head group to this whole drugs issue, and then it will change the narrative. And that's how they found it necessary that the only person they can go after is the former vice president. And they went after her. And let me say this. If I were the former vice president in our convoy, I was going to shoot because my life was in danger. I'm not a prisoner, or at that point, she's not a prisoner. Yes, she was traveling out of the country, and as a government, you put stop to her, okay, for her not traveling. She took her convoy back. She's going home. And you said you wanted to arrest her. They almost let me get back home and deliver my R10, put my R10 down, right? And then we can go to the police station. And then you said, no, at that point, she's not a criminal. She never broke around anybody. She never went to a bank, okay? She never went to a bank. She was not the one that brought the cocaine. It is alleged by you that, you want to question her. It is a question that you want to do to somebody. So you stop her from traveling. All you needed to do was escort her to her house, let her put her stuff down, and then take her to the police station. She was never refusing, like in the video as you watch it, she never refused to go to the police station. She said, we will go to the police station, but let me go home, drop my stuff up, and then get my lawyer. And then we go there. I'm not going there without my lawyer. And the security officer stood up in front of a car, and there was a gun pointing at her. I have my how do you call it? My security in my car. My life is in danger. I have the right to defend myself. I can order my security officer to fire, or I can order my driver to run out and over because my life was in danger and so forth and things. But again, these are the kind of things these people want in a country for it to happen, right? To turn away the attention of the Liberian people because they know. First of all, if you're talking about you want to arrest somebody with this whole drugs issue, who you feel or you think, right? There's a link, or there's a picture whatsoever that you're talking about that is associated with this person. Your son name came out because I've seen on the internet saying that we will go after anybody that want to destroy this country, which is fine. We expect you as a government to go after anybody that want to destroy the country. That's why you came to rescue. But your very own son have been alleged to be attacked to the whole drugs issue to the extent even the people in question, the drugs cartel. There's a video evident that your police IG stated clear that it is a clear video. It is not an AI. That your son indeed was mentioned in this, that he's part of the drugs cartel. He's part of the negotiation. They gave him 10 kilograms, but they reported 4 kilograms. And then there's also alleged that money as well was paid to your IG, and your IG share all of these things. And you don't arrest this person. You never had to call it IG. You never had to call it IG and tell him step down. Now do the investigation. You don't do it, right? You left all these people out. You left your very own son out. You never went after him because your son is part of the people who want to destroy this country. Your IG is part of the people who want to destroy this country. As we all know, the IG stated clear. There are people in the government officials are part of this whole drugs issue, and that's why they are taking their own time. And up to this time, we don't know those government officials. You have never asked your IG, Mr. President, or as a president, to bring out those names. You don't have it. And then you're going after somebody that you think you have information about harassing this person. And up to now, I believe the person is still in police custody or police cells. Why should you do that? You see it? So in reality, how they call it reality, this government is not about fighting drugs, because at the end of the day, this government herself is part of the drugs issue in the country. This government
Thank
don't care about the Liberian people. All they want to do is to destroy the CDC and, as a political party, so that 2029 they will use that as a mean that, see, why you want to vote for CDC when the CDC political party, the standard bearer or the former how they call it, the former vice president of the CDC was part of this whole drugs cartel that we've been fighting, and then they will use that because the Unity Party as a political party and the ruling party, right? They don't care about the Liberian people because just like Boakai, day in, day out, he is showing that to the Liberian people, making them homeless, destroying their home, and telling them, I'm not a government for you people, because there was a general that asked him about the people whom he was destroying, and he said, who people? These are
thank
people who you are destroying, and they ask you, what are you going to do? And then he said, who people? Those things. So basically, right, he was telling the journalist, I don't care about Liberian people. I'm not there for the Liberian people. I came there for my interest, and I came to build my interest, and I came to do what I'm supposed to do, and as a government, and for my benefit, for my children's benefit, for immediate family benefit, and then for my surrounding benefit. That is what he came there for. So their
thank
aim is to destroy the CDC as a political party before 2029.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jake. We want to welcome our brother Trokon, like we announced here yesterday and in all of the chat rooms. We are grateful that we are seeing him. Yesterday he was called by the police to appear at the headquarters of the Liberian National Police, and we are grateful that he is here with us. My brother Trokon, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yeah, am I clear?
Yeah, you are loud and clear. Yeah.
Yeah, again, let me say good I think it's in the morning here, right after 12. So let me say good morning to our audience on board Crown Mom. Come here. Salute, man. I'm with Sheriff. I want to say thank you for the platform and my comrade there. And to all of our supporters, those of you who are always in the business of sharing our show, making sure that many people get the message. I want to say thank you. And it's a pleasure, Mr. Sheriff.
Thank you so very kindly. So since you are on, let's just get from you. Yesterday, we received a communication from you, which was very worrisome when we shared around, and everybody was kind of a bit worried about, the police inviting you to the police headquarters for questioning. Tell me, how did it happen? How did it go? If you care, well, I know you are supposed to go there. So if there is anything that you are not supposed to say in a public forum, please don't bother, don't say it. But if there are information that you want us to know about, then it's important that we get it and then we know about it. But how did it go? How was it like?
So here's the thing, right? Uh, everybody were concerned about the former vice president, right? So while the station, and then looking at the movement of these security guards, everybody was amazed. They were denying almost everybody. They did a thing like they are kidnapped the woman, right? No information what she did, what was the actual reason they arrested her for. I mean, everybody was like confused. So she's one of us. She's I mean, our fast standard bearer. This woman is not ordinary to us. Whatever way the NPP want to place or whatever category they place her in, it's up to them. For us as citizens, and most especially we them from the motorcyclist background, looking at the kind of role the woman play in our life, she's not ordinary. So we go out the station and then we saw a complete and no different anything. Police not say anything to us and the rest of them. And so looking at these situations, then there are supporters, the Unity Party supporters are there, making mockery. Oh God. What have I done here again? Oh.
You muted, Prince. You muted. You are mute.
Yeah, so while Tricon is getting himself fixed, okay, I think he's here. Okay, Tricon, you are here. Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So while we're there, the Unity Party people, whenever the government is proceeding in a wrong way, you always see them cheering, Some of them will be in the committee pointing fingers. The other one is CDC man, the other man. So they are doing the thing as if Labrador is expecting, some form of crisis that they will start to identify people because these people are terrible. And so that's how I made a statement that fellow Liberians, those are the people who are celebrating this government. And gradually sending our country back to the dark days. You won't be able to identify them. And identify the unity partisan in the community. And and then I also said that left for the police. And you saw them in that mood if they were prepared to kill. So I said, if you finish wearing all of your guns, you finish firing all of your tear gas, just know that we'll be waiting for you in the community. So based on this statement, the police, deputy police director for operation, who he and say are always down been having good rapport, he called me. And I think in the evening or the next day, I said, oh, okay, it was the next day I was on my campus and said, oh, if I consider this call as an official invitation, you are invited to come and clarify your statement. I said, okay, I'll get you. You know, if you don't mind, you can come with your lawyer. So that how the whole issue went. You know, so I supposed to be there. The first time he called me, I contacted my lawyer. And that was the time the vice president fell off. They said at Central. So the security was so tight. I had my lawyer go there. The guys are so unprofessional to the extent that immediately they see you as a CDG. Driver. It's like driving all like dogs. So I told the lawyer, I say, let her go back before the people can create some drama and can't help me for nothing because it like Gregory Como are marked me to the guys, or probably they are following me on Facebook. The way I've been very hard on the government. I don't want them to use because they could not even give me time, the opportunity to explain the reason I went to the police station. But they were kind of arrogant, so I just told my lawyer, I said, let's go. So when we came back in the evening time, he called. I said, "Boy, I called there, and your people decided to put us on some attitude as if I ain't somebody in war, and for my own safety, I had to walk." He said, "Okay, no problem." But they get come the next day. We just today now, So my lawyer, we having to be counselor. She family great. She had been very busy today, so she called 102. He said, "Oh, made this situation. My clients and myself are going to come there, but I got some busy schedule. Can we do it Monday?" He got angry. Oh, how you want to do it? I will put, I know a red warrant. I will put a wanted for the man and all that kind of thing. So let me give you, I mean, he's not running away. He said, man, we can't explain his statement. The statement he made. I think this, I don't think he has reached the point. He has not committed any crime. They may he's not charged with any crime, nothing. He says you can't make everything. So why are you behaving like this? So he said, okay, your call triple one. He off the phone. So when Councilor Great called triple one said, but I mean, I've been out of the office for 6 years now. I got no idea about this identical investigation. But however, let me call 102. you know. So since he was calling 102 onto it, we are not getting any feedback from him. So Councilor Grace said, you know, she will do follow up on tomorrow, you know, and see you know, the latest news. And you know, he told me to keep out of the street. But I think the whole thing for me, I think it is only intended to keep me silence, because I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a security personnel, but I did not give anybody direct instruction to say, oh, go and harm somebody. The same way they see someone in the community and say, that citizen man there, that citizen man there. We are being a citizen, and you know, besides being a motorcycle, I think it is important that we ourselves know them too as well. And even if the very police that are sometimes you see them taking unlawful order. Why may you think that you wait till guy, you harm innocent people, and you think people in the community will not know? Do I even have to say it? People in the community are also earmarking you. So there, that for me, I see no threat in that. So that is the whole situation, and there were that's the whole drama about being invited to the police station.
All right. Thank you so very kindly, Alice, for that explanation. Now we know what is obtaining. We'll closely monitor, we'll closely follow. But my brother Monk, to you about this issue, we'll come back to you, our brother Chokon, with this issue of the vice president. There are others now who are saying that when you look at what happened yesterday, it was just PO kidnapped by the government, was kidnapping. You saw police officer pulling gun, you know,
The
let's
video,
just
man. No, not for you, but
this is what
the
happened.
ransom, they told the report the police station.
I see it right here. The people got guns pointed at me.
They come to the car, have an email for the question the police station. But the man people they call the one of my agents out.
So let me just take this off because of the time. But here is it. She was not giving any warrant from the court. She wasn't being told of why they wanted to see her. Nothing. I mean, just absolutely nothing. They just went to her, asking her to get down and go to the police station. Others are classifying this as a complete broad day kidnapping. We are following the development. You were there yesterday and saw what
There is no
happened. She
song.
fell. Oh, okay, I think he's on the other side here. So we're getting on. Okay. Yeah, hello. Yeah, Monk. Okay, fine. You are getting me now, right? Okay, fine. So, like I said, others are saying that what happened yesterday was just pure kidnapping. There was no communication sent to her. She wasn't informed why they wanted to see her. They just took police officers on the street with armed drone at her car and say, "You got to go." Could not explain anything to her. Could not give up any, kind of at least heads up to say, "Look, madam, this is the situation and XYZ." Her condition continued to deteriorate. Today, the doctors that are observing her are saying that they will have to observe her further, and the condition continues to deteriorate. What do you make of all of this that is happening, especially with the vice president former? What do you make of this?
Thank you, Mr. Sharif. I'd like to say good evening to my brother Frank, Yellow Machine, and big sister Judy Rambo. And I would like to re-emphasize and be very emphatic that prior to the arrest of the vice president, she was very healthy, she was in good condition, and she was strong. So I hope we got that on record and that the world get to understand that very clearly. The Gestapo's and Malaysia style of policing by Gregory Coleman and his police has been catalogued repeatedly in the human rights reports. The human rights report for 2025 is out, and they have re-emphasized their position on the violent style of the Liberian National Police. So what we saw yesterday And what we have been seeing from this police are clear evidence of what the Human Rights Commission are saying. If you follow the social media today, you would notice and realize that the Human Rights Commission was denied at the hospital today from seeing the former vice president who is being hospitalized. We are not surprised by the style of Gregory Como, like you said. We term the arrest of the vice president as a clear kidnap, and we are only grateful to God that she was able to have captured them on camera. Because who knows what happens when it not being on camera? Who knows? You saw the police clearly pointing gun at her car. Who knows what would have happened if that particular scene was not recorded? So we are grateful to God, and we want to be very clear to the Liberian people and our international partners that the life of the vice president rests shoulder and clearly on the shoulders of the Liberian National Police and Joseph Newman Boakai. We are with the vice president in prayer, and we hope and wish that nothing happens to her. We hope that she be very healthy and strong, like the way she was before her arrest. Anything prior to that, the Liberian National Police and Joseph Newman Boakai will have to have themselves to be blamed. So this is why I would like to say to that particular incident, you are 100% correct. It was a clear kidnap, and nothing different, nothing more, nothing less. The only thing we are grateful to God for, she were able to capture them on camera. So thank you very much, Mr. Sharif.
Thank you. Thank you. My brother Chokon, before we go to our sister Julie on the next issue, you witnessed what happened yesterday. You saw it. You guys were there. What do you make of what happened to the former Vice President of the Republic of Liberia? She wasn't giving any form of communication from the government, nothing of sort. We just saw her on the road, police armed drone at her, asking her, let's go to a police station and the rest of it. What do you make of this?
So again, I want to say thank you, Mr. Sherry. You know, these guys, they found themselves in a terrain that is unusual. You know, the first unity party that governed this country, these guys were blessed. They were blessed to the extent that Liberian eyes were not open, and to technology, right? So, like some of us will like when I was much smaller, you wait for way in the evening time, DZ 101, whatever they tell you at the time, now why you will carry it. That will be your talking point. But now you get a talking point before the radio station. In fact, you can even be informed before the radio station. Before the different talk show comes on, you already know what they're going to discuss because we are privileged to technology. So the vice president issue, it shocked everybody. It shocked everybody because even some of the people that are part of John Security, it shocked them. And let me tell you the playing game. This is what I believe. You know, we are consistently kept big our feet to the fire on the drugs issue for almost 3 months now, right? And we are used Gregory Kumo and the Justice Minister testimony to push them further to give us to name the big to mention the big name in question. That I have given my analysis over and over. I said repeatedly over and over that nobody below the Justice Minister he will call bigger names. You getting me? Because I'm not talking about the police director, because the police director below the Justice Minister. But the Justice Minister is in twofold. One, he is the Minister of Justice. Two, he is the Attorney General of the Republic of Liberia. So, if the Justice Minister can come out and say how profile government officials are involved, anybody that gets sense, I don't say the people that don't get sense, but anybody that gets sense will believe that the Justice Minister are implicated, the Vice President, the president, the speaker, the deputy speaker, the Senate president, and the entire Supreme Court bench. It's clear. These group of people I just named are the only group of people above the justice minister. So the justice minister could not come and name anybody below him, right? So since we have been putting them, gentlemen, we want to know the beanie, we want to know the beanie. So the thought of saying you're asking for a beanie, the guys are that they are very criminal manner, and so the thought of that they say, my man, the whole justice on our shoulder, there's no way we can run away from anything. So you know what happened? Let's look for somebody. That book will even grab me, said they could grab any other that are critical. But they wanted to grab somebody that will suit the quote unquote beanie that they've been talking about. Sadly, they went and infringed on the vice president way. Look, this woman is a motherly figure, not just by tattoo, but she played that motherly role in thousands of young people's life in this country. The entire country shared tears for that woman business because they violated her right. Mr. Sherry, I can take anything, but I can't take disadvantage. You will kill me. You will take my life away. But I can't take disadvantage. That was a complete disadvantage. That thing could not be any male, any male politician. That was going to be disaster. But it's always a female. And they violated her right. There is nobody that disagree that the woman were not violated. The woman not on any investigation. She was not summoned. She had no prior notice. And listen to the kind of explanation they are giving. The woman was escaping. Imagine that. The woman got EPS assigned with her that communicates with the executive mansion. The woman got police, for heaven's sake. Amen. Before Madam Joel travel out of the country, before she even go in a country, the central government can be informed because of safety lies squarely in the hands of the government that be. She's not ordinary. But that's the message they carry to their people. I know that the woman was escaping. That's why sometimes when I get irritated, I start using some of the air where people say I've been too rude. Because that's clear insanity. Where in the world they almost get state security aside her, and you say you got some charges on her, and in your own mind, you won't be escaping with the state security. I didn't make any sense. But they choose to take advantage of that woman, the abuse of right. And I'll say this to Liberians, some of you that are sitting and say, oh, politician, and I want all this, that day. Look, let me say this to you. This is the time that you wake up. If you think this is gonna be this is gonna happen through magic, then you're making fun. You must wake up. I say this again.
Thank you.
Fellow Librarian, this is the time that you wake up. Wake up now before you regret it tomorrow. This is about our country. If somebody of that caliber, if a right can be abused, think about you in the community. This is the time that you wake up, fellow Librarian. I so submit.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my brother Chokon. Thank you. I want to play this
Because
video,
you can come
Julie.
in.
Yeah, I want to play this video, Julie, and I want to start this from you. In the wake of all of the implications from director, this man keep implicating himself. It's not that nobody bringing, he himself just giving out the information. He himself telling on himself, right in the public. He's telling of himself. This was a man who told us that from all indication, heavy government officials are involved. We asking him now where the government official ran back and say the government official that they wanted were passed. I don't know whether Gregor Como is thinking. The people then who he attended school with, from how you call the place, whether be Harvard University, they are ashamed of his behavior because I don't think Harvard will train such a stupid person. I'm sorry for the French, but I don't think such a stupidity will come from Harvard. But here is the case. Every finger is pointing at him. He's also exposing himself. In the wake of all of this, with all of the information that is coming out, Mr. Joseph Newman Boakai is saying all the things you're doing are noise you're causing. You're on your own noise. I have explicit confidence in this man. I want to play the video, and I want us to listen to this video.
Greg Coleman and his team. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, all of the team. We stand behind you.
Here's what we are hearing from the president, the man who say he's fighting this issue of drugs. He will make sure, no stone will be left unturned. But here is somebody who in fact is indicting himself. But the president attend a meeting, whether be a meeting or whatever, stands there and say, Greg, go ahead. We have explicit confidence in you. You have our support. Don't worry. Despite of communication that is coming out, people saying, oh, receive a call from higher up to escort drugs, cocaine, and not just say drugs. But this man is saying, Mr. Boakai is saying, Greg, just go ahead. We get explicit confidence in you. Julie, what is your take on this? What you think? Let's hear from you. Hello, Julie? Hello, Julie? Okay, I think she might be a bit busy, or something else is going on. Maybe she's walking after some other things. But let's start this from you, my brother Frank. You listening to the president saying, Greg, don't worry about these people, they're causing noise. We have explicit confidence in you. You have our support. With all of the overwhelming evidence pointing at this particular Greg man, including he himself indicting himself on public stage, what do you make of this, especially coming from the president? You think his fight against drugs is sincere from these kind of statements that are coming up, and judging from what you are seeing?
Since it's right, Liberia have both, some very disgraceful president, but this current president that we have, he's the most disgraceful president we ever have in the history of Liberia. I mean, everything that comes from this president is never factual, is never truthful, is never genuine. He speaks as if to say, they just wrote him a speech to go out there to speak to the Liberian for maybe the 5 minutes or the 2 minutes, 3 minutes he's going to be out there to just go and say something, right? Every word that comes from this president mouth, I never believe it. Why? This was a president that came to America here and told the Liberian diaspora that he have evidence where people are speaking about the role he has played in Liberia just in a couple of months, where he recorded a lady voice, one person, and he took that recording, put it in his pocket, and he came and told the Liberian in the diaspora that this is the development I have done, and this is what people are saying. He used one person for it. He said people are saying, right? Now, this president was a man that looked at the Liberian people and told the Liberian people that he have what it takes to rescue the Liberian people, all right? He understands all the complex situation or issue or plight of the Liberian people. If anybody is to solve the issue of Liberia, is him, because he has, served, or the country, I don't want to say he has served. The country has served him for 42 years, and he have the experience of 42 years for the country serving him, and not he serving the country. Even though the country has served him for 42 years, he has benefited from the country for 42 years. So he understands the situation of the Liberian people, right? But when this man got elected, the first question the general asked him was, he was going to create a committee to go and investigate the situation of the Liberian people so that they can come to him, because he do not know the situation or the circumstances of the Liberian people. So that means everything he has said through the whole campaign time, He lied to the Liberian people. He knows nothing about Liberia. This was a man who said, if it will cause him to ride wheelbarrow to go to the executive mansion, but it will take him to do that, he will do that, but he will make sure and do the Liberian people job for, that way he came for. This was a man who told the Liberian people that he have all the sophisticated partner. He have all the hierarchy partner of the world. But now knowing the hierarchy or the sophisticated partner that this man, was talking about was drug cartel. Those were his partner. And we saw that, or we have seen that, since he came to power. We saw $19 million drugs. We saw $300 million drugs in the country, right? So these were the partner he was talking about. Now, even adding to that, this was a man that started destroying people's home. And the same Liberian people went to him. Mr. President, you came to rescue us. We are crying. People are destroying our home. People are taking our land. They say the land is for them. But just to find out, this president told the Liberian people that he did not become president for them. He became president for the elite. He became president for people who have money. He became president for people who sponsor him to come to power because he have to pay those people back. He became president because the loan he took for the 6 years, he came back to pay off those loans. So he told the Liberian people, whatsoever you think that I told you, your vote that you gave me, your vote all will go in vain. Because if you ever have the mind that I was coming to rescue you, you are delusional, you are hallucinating. So this made that statement he made down there. It is obvious that he did not come to fight drugs. How will you come to fight drugs? The first man that ever spoke about the drugs issue to say, from the executive branch to the legislature to the judiciary, to the court, they are all involved into the drugs issue. And then this man said, if we have to fight drugs, it is not about the man who on the street selling, have thing or whatsoever and thing to smoke, right? He said it has to start from the top, because the top are involved in bringing the drugs into the country. The top are the people who go to the airport. The top are the people who go to the port to make sure that no one sees the drug, to make sure the drugs, are transported to its final destination, to where it's supposed to be. This man said it. But what Boakai did, Boakai went and dismissed this man. Boakai went and took this man from his position. If indeed he came to fight drugs, and this man came and told you, Mr. President, if we are to fight drugs, there are people from the executive branch, who go to these places to make sure these drugs are not being seen, to make sure these drugs reach to its final destination in the country. But Boakai went and sacked this man. Now, his IG that he so trust, that he have trust in, his IG came and told him, Mr. President, I know the people in government. I know the government official in government who are part of the drugs cartel. I can name them. I have their name with me. All I need from you is to call me to the legislature, to the executive, branch, or to the judiciary, whatsoever the situation may be. All I need from you, call me and let these people question me, and I will bring out these people's names. Boakai, as a president, have not done that. And then you think this man will come out to tell me, say, he's fighting drugs, and anybody who want to destroy this country, and then he will go after that person. When your son have been alleged as one of the masterminds of the people who are destroying Liberian life, who are destroying Liberian youth, who are breaking drugs in the country to destroy the youth of Liberia, to destroy the citizens of Liberia, the next generation, the next president, the next leader, the next senator, the next representative, the next lawyer, the next judge, the next doctors. Your son is part of the people who are destroying the life, or who are destroying the life of many Liberians in Liberia. And you did not call him to question. You did not say, you know what? This is not about my son. This is about Liberia. As a president of the nation, I need to do the right thing. But you are protecting your son. And then how will you come and tell me, say, and give public speech, and relevant speech, irrelevant speech, or meaningless speech that have no substance in it? This man have never spoken as a president with substance. This man always speak lies. This man always speak hate. So why would this man come and tell me, what he want to do, and then I believe him? Mr. Honorable, I have no trust in this government. I don't believe this government. We have a meaningless and lawless government who they respect Liberian, who they respect the Constitution, who they respect international partner like AU and ECOWAS. So why would I respect such a man, who of his age, He don't even know his age, all right, that I'll get respect to. I can't.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my brother. Monk, we are seeing this particular video of the president in the midst of everything that is happening with the police. I mean, these people buying second-hand car now. We continue to see international reports that is telling us that the Liberian National Police rating have gone down because of police brutality and etc. Quite recently, there's a report that is released again, and all of these things. But in the midst of all of this, the president is telling Gregory Cuomo, Greg, continue to go ahead. We have explicit confidence in you. You have our support. You do whatever you want to do. Don't worry. You're going nowhere. You are here with us. We'll continue to support you and the rest of it. And even what is even scary, when you look at all of the reports, I mean, all of the international reports continue to point at police brutality. For all of the years that Boakai have been in, 2004 report, police brutality. 5, police, and this one, police brutality. My brother, what do you make of President Boakai's statement of reassuring Greg that don't worry, go ahead, do what you can do. We are with you. Let's hear from you. What do you make of this statement today?
Thank you very much. So we are not surprised about the premature and childish statement of the president. This is a president who, in the midst of people being made homeless, told you that God is not creating new land. This is an 84 years old president who woke up from his house in the morning, get well dressed, and goes to dedicate a pupu, a government authority. This is a president who will go to a program to speak. When they call him to go to the podium, he wakes up and starts to go home. This is a remote control president. In fact, he's not even speaking from his head. So we are not surprised when he take on to the podium and say he appreciate or he has explicit confidence in Gregory Cuomo. Yes, you have confidence in Gregory Cuomo because Gregory Cuomo is shielding your son. You are forced to have confidence in Gregory Cuomo because you know very well that an attempt to lose confidence in Gregory Cuomo and sack him, and Gregory will go right back and talk. Gregory will explain why he knows. So you are forced to have confidence in Gregory Cuomo. You don't have confidence in Gregory Cuomo at your will. It is the situation that is pushing you to have confidence in Gregory Cuomo. We are aware. We are not surprised when you take a podium and say you have confidence in Gregory. You have confidence in Gregory on over 3 years, over 2 to 3 years. The Human Rights Report has documented that the Liberian police is one of the most brutal police in Africa, and you take to the podium and say you have confidence in Gregory. You have confidence in Gregory when Gregory is beating university students. You have confidence in Gregory when Gregory is killing people in King George. Mr. President, is this why you're telling us that you have confidence in Gregory when Gregory is going to to demolish people's homes and breaking almost all of the laws in the country? And you take to the podium and say you have confidence in Gregory Cuomo? Are you telling us that you have confidence in Gregory Cuomo because he's breaking almost all of the laws in the country? The president is not even serious, in fact. And if Liberia was a serious country, that one of the European or countries or American countries, Boakai would have resigned. Boakai has deteriorated in his thinking. We are told when we were kids that when one individual crosses a particular age, he or she becomes a baby. There's a president who will be addressing a nation on podium and hear somebody telling him, just drink the water. When you finish drinking the water, you just wave to them. Then we go. So it tells you clearly that he's not speaking from his head. He's not even concerned or aware of some of the things he said. He's a clueless old man, very reckless. And you will be proud, Gregory Cuomo and the Liberian people rise up to you soon. Few days ago, the president came to the country and critical question was being asked to him about the running of the state and some of the laws that have been violated in the country. He told you that he leave it with the Liberian people. So you leave it with the Liberian people, 2029, the Liberian people will come and take it from you. So if Waka Lek, after drinking his palm one from Wasonga, when he gets drunk with palm one from Wasonga, he take to the podium and just say anything. This is the kind of president we have. This is the kind of president we have. When you go to international platforms where a story is being reported about Liberia, it is very disgraceful to see how others out of our country describe our president. Few days ago, I was on one of the Nigerian sites that was reporting that Liberia is about to receive 1,200 plus deportees who are not even Liberians. I will share that with you, Mr. Sheriff, so you see how the president was being addressed by foreign nationals. In fact, they don't even take us serious as Liberians to sit and elect an 84 years old president. This man is older than Tinubu. Boakai is by far one of the oldest presidents, not only in Africa, but in the world. So we don't even expect him to think well. Probably the pacemaker that was placed in him by President Weah is failing, and his brain is getting old and very weak, so that he just takes to the platform and says anything that comes to his head. But we want to assure Mr. Boakai that he will be confronted. And this time, he will be confronted very harshly and will resist him. We have said that on countless occasions. We are not going to sit there and allow an old man who is already held into internal glory take this country back to the dark days. We'll stand up and defend that. We'll stand up to him. We are very clear about that. So if you like, take Gregory to your bedroom and make him your pillow. If you like, make Gregory the finance minister while you serve as police director. If you like, Mr. Boakai, make Gregory the head of the central bank while you also serve as the police director. We are not concerned about that. And we are not surprised when you come and say you have confidence in a criminal, a member of the drug cartel like Gregory. Because we know that you yourself, Joseph Boakai, you have benefited from the drug cartel allegedly. This is why you have a $10 million project in Foya that up to today's date, there is no reasonable explanation about how funding was sourced to build that place. We are aware you got to have confidence in Gregory Cuomo because Gregory is feeding almost all of your deeds. So we are not surprised, Mr. Sheriff. I mean, we are not surprised. The old man now serious old man, in fact. So thank you very much.
So while Mr. Sherry coming on, right? Let me just add something while he's coming on so that we can keep the audience. And this go in regards to our dynamic former VP, right? This go in regards to her. And I want to believe that one of the reasons why they came after her, it is due to the fact that recently, as we all know, as we all have seen, right? She went on air to debunk the lies of the Unity Party-led government about their development in Bon County, right? And she debunked them that everything that they dedicate or they have dedicated so far in Bon County, these are projects. And she went as far as naming some of these projects in Bon County and telling the Liberian people that these projects, were initiated by the former president, President George Manuel Weah, and also funded by the former president, President George Manuel Weah, and also started by the former president, President George Manuel Weah. All right. And she named all these major projects, which of course, and some of them, even people from Bon County, did not know about some of these things. And all they thought that these projects, they were projects done or initiated and done or completed by the current, failed meaningless, president of the Liberian, the current president, right? Joseph Boakai. To the extent that Liberian people in Bon County got to know that these projects were actually, initiated, funded, and started and halfway completed by the former president, President George Manuel Weah. Now, when she said that, when she did those things, right? When she said those things, those words, and bringing out all these facts, it exposed the current government. It exposed Joseph Imam Boakai to the extent that they have done nothing in Bon County within these 3 years. All right, they have done nothing, and the rest of the 3 years that left, they will still do nothing because they have nothing to do. Right? And let me say this: I don't want to say this government does not have money. This government have money. They have money because they are building their projects. They are building their private homes. All right. So we can't sit here and pay blunt ear to say this government does not have money. They have money. Where are they taking the money from to build their project? And first of all, the deportees, right, that is sending to Liberia. Okay, you think it's free? It's not free. The deportee they sending to Liberia is not free, as we have come to understand. For example, Eswatini, right? I think they said they received 30 deportees, and the compensation for that was about 1 point something million or 2 point something million, dollar. And Liberia is receiving 1,200. So imagine somebody receiving 30 and they're receiving 1.5 or 2.5 something, and Liberia is receiving 1,200. That should tell you how many $1 million Liberia are going to receive. And let me say this: it's not Liberia that is going to receive it. It is the government that are going to receive it. It is Joseph Imam Boakai that are going to receive it in his pocket and put it in bank. It is not Liberia. It is not Liberian. It is not going to benefit Liberian. All right. But the effect of the 1,200 deportees, right? Criminal, and these are criminals. These are not asylum seekers. So the effect of those people coming in Liberia, it is not going to affect, or how to call it, it is not going to be on the president or key government official or people in government who have the money. It's not going to affect them, right? It is going to affect the common man, you and myself on the street hustling, all right? You and myself in various country hustling. It is going to affect our life are in danger because those people, right, they don't have finances. Those people have to struggle. They have to survive. What are they going to do? They're going to involve themselves in criminal activities because the people that deported to Liberia, they send it to Liberia. These are criminal, high-profile criminal that the United States government cannot keep them, cannot hold them here, right? They have no facility for them. So they have to shuffle them around, and they took Liberia, right? Or not, they didn't take Liberia. The government of Liberia agreed, all right, to hold some of these people. So it is the layman, it is a common man who are going to get every effect, every negative effect, all right, of these deportees that are coming to Liberia. We are already fighting crime. We are already fighting drugs issue. And then you bring in another crime again. How will you be bringing in these criminals? And then you say you are fighting drugs. You say you are fighting crime. You say you are fighting corruption when you are just accepted bribe. That is corruption and putting the life of the Liberian people in jeopardy, in danger, or in calamity, as the Nigerian man would say. So that's the kind of situation we are in right now with this government.
Thank you. Our brother Chokon, are you here with us? Chokon? Chokon, are you there? Okay, so if Chokon is not there, Julie, are you here with us?
Hello?
Yeah. Okay, you are here. So before we go to Monk, and thank you, Frank, we just go into the third topic. Liberia has received 1,200 deportees from the United States of America. These people are not Liberian. No, they are not. These people, some of them, their country refused them. In fact, almost all of them, their country refused them. We woke up this morning and got an information that some of them are already in Liberia. Already, while we're talking about trying to see how best we can straighten ourselves, to do what we're supposed to do for ourselves, they are already in Liberia. Let's look at the job market. Do we even have the job market for these people? Because the people that are coming, remember, America is not going to be paying them. They're not coming to say America taking money to give it to them. As soon as they can, every month they will give them money. No. They got to, like Frank is saying, they got to struggle on their own. They got to find jobs for themselves. If the United States of America that is sophisticated, the people get J horses then here where you can be in, you will never even see the cloud. If they say 100 here, you there. I mean, very sophisticated system. If this system can say no, these people then were looking for a second place to put them. And Liberia has accepted. Without no job, Joseph Newman Boakai get 70,000 jobs. I don't know whether maybe he is about to create a 70,000 job now to absorb these almost 1,200 people. We don't even know who these people are, their records, whether they are hardened criminals, whether these people are, I mean, we don't even know. So we can just say anything about them. My sister Julie, how dangerous is this for our country, for our economy? How is it going to affect us as a people? Where are we on
Thank,
this? What is your
thank
take?
you, thank you so much to all of you. Again, although it's late to understand, but I can tell you we are in trouble. Mhm. First of all, the number of the people that you're bringing in the country, like you just said, no job. But where are the shelter they are going to stay in? Which homes they're going to live in? When you're listening to what her name said before, if it costs us to buy this election, 2029, we will spend money. These are some of the money they are talking about. These are some of the people they are bringing that they're able to add into the system and force them to be one of the voters in 2029. Election commissions were appointed by someone who is the Unity Party person. So they will try to tell you into the system, the voter rolls, how they're going to place these people as Liberian citizens. These are some of the things we are facing in 2029 by the grace of God. If you take America, United States, the world superpower that every part of the world want to go and live, if you can reject people where you have all of the professional equipment and things that can be able to assess the background of these people, knowing their criminal records, know how to live, if you can refuse them. And look at our suffering countries from since 1847 with the kind of history of Liberia. And from this time to this time, Liberia then struggling to develop with the children, generations to generation, how to get a better living. When you look at the systems of Liberian, how many of us look at our mothers, our fathers. Some of us we came, we take the hard way and thinking that we can change things, but we never change things. We are victims, we are abused in many ways. You look at these people, you bring in them, they now bring you already have some in the country. And before these things happen, first go look at the amount of areas that you have all in the province that doing money and things. These generations, they goes around doing the research. They have made videos where they have shown you, say, look at these people over there. Yeah, oh, we don't know where they're coming from. They're just passing all in the time and things. Thing. Just imagine, my brother. So this is the Liberia we are. Like I said, we are 5 million people. It's calculated. They know the mindset of us. They know that Liberians, I pray, will never go to war. And I strongly want to believe in 2029, these are the people they're bringing, even our resources and things, that these people are professional people, well Liberian people don't know their background, how they're going to place them in all of those sectors where they can able to generate more money and Liberia become a slave. There is a modern day intelligence slavery that we have. The history of Liberia, the way slavery came into the country, migrated, and this, they want, they're forcing it on you for you to be slave in your country. And these are the people we come over before you back your eye. You don't know how to get work in the country, own business, their own companies and things. And why you Liberians don't have that opportunity. But there's a message to Liberians. 2029. Look at the legislator, what they have done for you so much. How many games they have played And yet it's still you are still crying day and night. You can't still get opportunity for you to enjoy your own country. You are there struggling looking for visa to go in other countries where you have your family members and things say, oh, but you don't even understand how are they living and they are managing. You don't even know how some of the day and night they are sleeping from places to places. They pay rent of house where they barely sleep in. For you Liberians, I will just leave it at this. It is you can reject to the battle box. It's you the one have to pay attention now to know the number of your people, to start doing your own consensus. That when you see the number of Liberians have increased, then you already know that these people they bring in the country, they add them to that identical voting role that will be able to have opportunity to have national ID cards and passport to go and vote as a citizen. So I just want to leave it like this. But we Liberians, we need to work very hard. And in
Thank you.
working, it takes every one of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's go to our brother Monk. Monk, are you there? Okay. If Monk is not there, then we will get to our brother Frank while he gave us his concluding comment, at least in 30 seconds, because we have exceeded the time. So let's just get your parting comment, my brother Frank,
Thank
and
you so
then
much.
we can call this a day.
Thank you so much. My parting comment would be about, I will close it with Lofa County issue. To the Liberian people, right? That situation in Lofa is never ever going to be solved under this government. Let us pray new government come in and we see how the new government will handle that situation. But if we ever think this situation is going to be resolved under this failed and reckless, meaningless government of Joseph Boakai, you'll be lying to yourself. Because this government know what they have done in that part of Lofa County, and that is why this government does not want to involve anybody from OSA, okay, to come and investigate. Because if people come from OSA to investigate, then that means the president of Guinea will have to give their own side of the story. But at this point, the president of Guinea will not give her side of the story to the Liberian people. Like I said, somebody may go there, they will get one or two thing information and thing, but it will not be detailed. All right. So unless there's an OSA entity like AU or ECWA or whosoever entity come in, right, to do investigation, then the Guinean president will give their side. But other than that, it is not going to be resolved. And that is why, if you can remember, I think this president, or when they went to, I think Nigeria or some kind of something, no, they were in Kenya, and he was asked by an international journalist about the situation between Liberia and Guinea border of the land. How is it? Have it been resolved? How far are you guys? Now, that was a spark for this government to either tell the Liberian people that the situation right now, we have ECWA involved, we have AU involved, and we have other international entities involved, or we have even the American embassy involved. But the president did not mention any of those things. So that is to tell you, you have a president, you have a government that does not understand herself, because the only thing she understands is how to wake up in the morning and she have a caregiver. The caregiver come and tell him, you need to brush your mouth, you need to take shower, you need to change your pampers and things, because the vice president, the current vice president, told us that the same way his father is wearing pampers, that's how Joseph Imam Boakai is wearing pampers. No, I didn't say it. My vice president, your current vice president, said it, told us that Joseph Imam Boakai is wearing pampers. In fact, his membrane, he had a low membrane, he can remember, and his memory cannot retain any good factual information and things. I didn't say it. Your VP, your current VP told you. Okay? So at this point, what I'm going to tell you, right, to rest my case, this Liberia and Guinea border issue is never ever going to be resolved under this reckless and meaningless government who has sold that part to the Guinean government.
Thank you so much. My sister Julie, let's get your parting comment as we call this a day.
So I want to say thanks to all of us and thanks to you, Brother Sherry, for all of your hard work continuously, consistently. You take all your times to be able to educate all of us. I want to say thank you so much, and thank you to all of you on this panel, on these platforms. As a panelist, I'm doing your extremely well to encourage Liberians and how better we all can see. We cannot look at our family, we cannot look at history and say we cannot be participants into the border quality of our nations. It gave up the opportunity, and I just want to encourage every Liberians. We will be coming to your doors as much we own all of the platforms. They're sending our messages to you. Others will be coming to you because you do not have access to telephones to educate you from community to community, which our brothers they have already doing it in Liberia. Be don't forget, learn to stand up for yourself, speak for yourself. Don't allow to say, oh, you're only waiting for political leaders. Political leaders, they only speak when you make up your mind and stand up to say, this is what I want. Then you give opportunity to political leaders to be able to voice out the kind of things that you want to see happening in your nations that will bring consensus to the ECOWAS. So thanks to each every one of you. And may the Almighty God continue to bless us that we see again. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Julie. I want to say thanks to our brother Frank, also to Monk and our brother Troko, and all of you, including Don from Liberia. I want to close by saying this, which is very important. The government of Liberia is intentionally using this former vice president, Madam Joy Howard Taylor stuff, to divert the public attention from bringing in these alleged criminals. Because as far as I'm concerned, nobody that hasn't committed a crime that they will tell you and pull you to detention center. It's not possible. Before they take you to pull you to detention center, it means that some kind of way, some kind of how you must have committed some kind of crime. So once you commit a crime, that makes you a criminal. That one, no up and down. Only, no up and down. Nobody who is not a criminal, they will tell you and carry you to detention center. It means you have done something. That's why they're taking you there to that detention center. The government is using this Madam Joy Howard Taylor issue to divert the public attention so that they can be able to do their clandestine deeds, so that they can shape some of their drugs. That's why they're doing it. Because right now, everybody attention on the first lady, and that's the former vice president. But remember, these people are noted for not respecting public officials. It was under Joseph Newman Boakai regime that the former president and vice president, Moses Zebla, he died. Right in Liberia there. They killed him. The government of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and Joseph Newman Boakai unalive Moses Zebla. That man sat down in our country, he was crying, my people, let government help me, let government help me, let them kill me. They didn't even look at him until he was unalive. Until they get rid of him. Honor that same government, honor the same Boakai man. The former first lady, Nesse B. Doe, right in Liberia, at the place she gave up. The government could not give her what duly is her for her to go for treatment. Right in Liberia, they finished with her. While she was crying and begging, they finished her. They used her children. They used how you call Mami Do. She went there and was talking all kind of nonsense. But at the end of the day, right in that Liberia, Joseph Newman Boakai, after finished using Mami Do to spew out nonsense for a few minutes relevant, for just 2 weeks relevant, where is her today? Where's Mami Do? Boakai has already accomplished his aim. They say Boakai man was able to use Jeremiah Pankun. He said, I want to get rid of Prince Johnson. But how do I do it? I can't get near Prince Johnson. So what do I do? Let me use the man's son. Joseph Newman Boakai was able to use a godson, if we say, or stepson, however you call it. You say, Jeremiah Kun, go do the work. And Jeremiah Kun did his work. He did it very well. He did his work. That was his first mission. He did it very well. So I can give you names of people who the Unity Party is noted for not even catering to them. Look at Gabriel Bacon Matthew. It was under the Unity Party that they made Gabriel Bacon Matthew to die a painful death in our country. Under the same Unity Party. Under this Unity Party again, another vice president, Madam Joy Howard Taylor from Bond County. Their government, Joseph Newman Boakai, is using people like Prince Moy and other people in Bond County to get rid of Joy Howard Taylor. They send Joy Howard Taylor. They're using another Lothian, Mulba, the chairman of the Unity Party, Yvonne Lofa, that will come on, the chairman for MPP, that will come on Facebook and write all kind of nonsense. All kind of nonsense. Look, Joy Howard Taylor is not an MPP material. She is a Liberian material. She is not a CDC material, an MPP material, whatever material. She is a Liberian. And we defend her. If those of you, somebody asked about when the MPP people not even talking, you think we get time for that nonsense? If MPP are not talking, we talk. Because she just belongs to the MPP, she belongs to us as Liberians. Belong to CDC equally too. When I say that, people just read this kind of nonsense and think, but at the appropriate time, we cater to that. We know that there are people in the in the government that is undermining Madam Joy Howard Taylor. We know that for sure. We know that. But we get to them one at a time. On this note, my people, time have caught up with us. We got to go. So, bye from our end. Bye, my brother.
We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.